So when we first started Genius Hour, I had a project in mind of creating my business with jewelry, and I kept working on the same project throughout the fourth quarter. And as you know, this is mostly from last time. I just added a few things. Like, for example, a main thing that I thought that this project would help me out is give me a more rounded education, because if I am ever older or in a different class and they're like create a business or something like a business on so-and-so website, I would have this experience from then and I'd be able to do that. Okay, so next are the steps towards my goal. Mostly from until calculate my costs are things that I had done last quarter, and then this quarter I'm focusing mostly on the bottom of the list, because last quarter I had bought the supplies, I made practice pieces, and then I went up to people and saw what they thought, and I made a list of things so I could stay organized. I learned about the basics of business, and the hardest thing was I came up with the name and logo, and I calculated each piece's cost, and I took into account like the amount of time and the materials. So this quarter I made and photographed new jewelry or stock, and on my Weebly account, for example, it shows some of the pictures of some of the pieces I made, and I actually set up the accounts on Gmail, PayPal, and eBay, and I did manage to set up a prototype of an online store. This quarter I faced three main challenges. First of all was my business name. So it turns out Beachside Jewelry is then a business that has been selling things for several decades, so I can't use that name. And I was really frustrated. I was like, oh, darn it, because it was a name I thought was really cool. And then I went through several names. I had a list of maybe 20 or 30 names. They were all taken. And they were all really cool names, but other people had it. So then I finally found a name that fit. My second challenge is time management. I involved myself in several things this year, than maybe too many than I should have. I was in softball, volleyball, web, all sorts of things, and I found I don't have that much time for Genius Hour anymore, so I kind of struggled to find time in my day to go and work on my project. Then my final challenge was the online store. Looking at this, when I first tried it, nothing really worked, so I brought in the expert, my dad. He helped me out, and I had to set up a Gmail account, so if customers go onto the eBay store, the email tells me like, you have a customer or something. I set up a PayPal account, and since you can't have a PayPal account until you're 18, I am using the business one from my dad, and he helped me out with the eBay store as well. So where am I right now? I have changed my business name to one that no one else has, except there is a business in the United Kingdoms that is called my name, but that doesn't affect me because it's somewhere else and they sell different things. I have made new jewelry in the time I found. I set up my Gmail account, the PayPal business account, I set up an eBay account, and I linked all the accounts so I can see what each one is doing, and I managed to set up the eBay store. So these are two images of new necklaces I made this quarter, and they're in like a seashell background because I thought it looked professional, and I liked it, and it kind of brought out the blue because nothing else is blue in the picture. Okay, so I had drawn a seahorse, and then I had the Beachside Jewelry in it, and now I had to change the name, and my new business name is Sea Gems Jewelry. So it's not much of a difference, but it was something that no one else had taken, and it was an original idea for me. So this is an image of a prototype of what it would look like once I've published my store. If you went onto eBay and searched me up, we still have to find a way to get my logo in there, and then I have a little description underneath there, but this is what the basic setup would look like, but we still have to work on it, and we are, I'm supporting it, so as of right now, I'm going to work on it over the summer to see if I can finish it, and then hopefully it'll be working by 8th grade.